Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to be using a multiband compressor on a kick drum. The reason why we're using a multiband compressor as opposed to a single band compressor is I want to kind of focus in on a particular bunch of frequencies and only compress that. In other words, I don't want to compress or do any kind of dynamics control on the fundamental. I'll give you a play here. It's a good example of what we're about to do. Right, so it's a really thick fundamental of the kick, like that siny thing. That is the big oomph of the kick. I don't want to touch that. So I'm going to drop in FabFilter Pro MB, which is a multi-band compressor. You can use any compressor you want, but this one is, pretty good for me. I'm going to select a band, and I'm going to go over here to select kind of the low end, and I'll give it a play. Right, it's already affecting the low end. I don't want that. There's an easy way to fix that on any compressor is you just set the ratio to 1:1. Doing that and it won't do anything. 1:1 is a ratio, basically, yeah, it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to hit solo. And that is the low end I don't want to touch. Because if I were to feed this into a conventional compressor, it would the low end would trigger it and it would squish down. So what I want to do is select a band up here, and I'll give that a solo, and I'll bring the range up so we can hear. I'll hit solo, and this is what I want to compress. Now, I'm not going to go over everything, but essentially the attack dictates whether or not the click is preserved. I'll actually bring the range down, and this will dictate how many dB of gain reduction there is that will be possible. I'll give it a play. Right, and there's like full kind of gain reduction going on. I'll exaggerate it a bit, and we'll dig in and see what's going on here. Right. So there's that, and that's because the attack is all the way down. If I want to bring those transients back in, I'll increase the attack or increase the percentage. Right, there's still gain reduction, but it's letting a bit of the peaks come through. A little bit more of the peak, I should say. So I'll give it a play, these two. The low end and the high end. And what that's doing is not a whole lot of things being affected. I currently have the pre and post EQ going on. I'll actually make this a little bit bigger. Right, not a whole lot's going on. It doesn't sound like anything's going on in my ears. So I need to decrease the attack percentage. Right, and we can see that there's something really going on. Maybe there's too much compression going on here. Right, so I'll turn it on and off. Right, so you hear that that snappiness of the kick. Assuming you don't want that, you can slowly kind of shave it off by increasing and decreasing the attack. So we can add another band, which would be the high end. I hear that kind of harshness of that. I can dial that in, give it a listen. Yeah, notice how it sounds EQ'd, but it's not EQ'd. And we're basically tricking our ears to thinking that it's still the overall same loudness and has the same low end, but we're cleaning up the dynamics, which will make our track louder down the road. That is, using a multi-band compressor on a kick drum to preserve the low end. And yeah, hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.